Hey guys, today I'm just gonna do a short little review of my iPhone 4 here. You can see. So pretty much, this is for you guys that want to know if I think this phone is a respectable iPhone on the market. So first of all, you got your normal iPod features. You that know how to use an iPod will have very little trouble with this phone. One downfall to this phone right off the bat is that you can see the silver band that goes all around the phone. That is the antenna. I do not think it was smart for Apple to make it like that. If you grasp the phone, see if the reception moves, but sometimes if you grasp the phone, the reception can go down. There you go, 2 bars right now just from grabbing the phone. If you let go of it, it goes back up. So that really wasn't a good thing for this phone. The battery, however, that having the 40% larger battery, that was a fairly good thing. I usually use maybe 10% of battery a day, which is very little. Another thing is that just like all other Apple devices, you have zero access to the battery without breaking your warranty. Now if you do want to get to the battery, you can see the 2 little screws beside the dot connector. You're going to want to undo those. You're going to want to push up on the back cover and it will just come off. You'll see the battery under there. You're going to have to undo the battery connector and the battery will be located in this side of the phone. You're going to want to yank it out. This will stop your warranty. It's not something you really want to be doing. If you're having a problem with your battery, I'd consult Apple before doing something like that. Now this phone, you can see right here, it looks really cool, like just having the 2 shiny screens. But really, like, look at my back cover. Does that, like, that doesn't look nice. It's all dirty and not scratched yet, but just from touching it, you can see it gets stuff all over it. Now, in order to protect those problems with the back cover getting dirty and the antenna, I would recommend a simple bumper case, such as this one that I have right here. It's a 2-piece case. You can buy them on eBay, fairly cheap on eBay. But what you're going to want to do is take the phone like this, put it in the case, and then stomp the case around. There's another piece, but I'm not going to put it on right now. And you can see when you grab the phone, there's less reception interference. Plus it looks kind of neat. So if you want that, I'd recommend that you buy these online. They can be fairly costly in a store, but it's your choice again. Now, just like the Apple iPod Touch 4, for you guys that know what that is, you have your forward and rear facing cameras as well. Not on the iPod, but you do have a flash on your phones. You can see they're fairly bright. Now, your SIM tray is going to be right on this side of the phone. You can see it right there. You're going to get a little tool from Apple, or you can use a paper clip. You just shove it in that little hole right there. You're going to push down. SIM tray is just going to pop right out. This side, just like normal iPhones, you got your volume up, volume down. Nice little buttons this time, not like the black plastic that we're used to. Nice steel that matches with the side. You got your ringer setting here in a fairly good spot for the phone. Now you're gonna see the back of the phone. You got that little talking about Apple right there, about your iPhone. Now some things you're gonna want to know if you're new to iOS 4 is that when you're gonna double click home, it's gonna open up your multitasking menu. You can see I got my camera app and my messages open right now. Now this is pretty important, this next step. If you want to preserve battery, And if you are on a limited data plan, especially for apps such as your mail or say your Facebook, these are going to open up in your multitasking. Now, if you don't, these can possibly keep using data, and they will. You want to hold down the application. You're going to see these nice little things in the corner. You just want to close them out. I'd recommend you doing this immediately after closing out apps such as Facebook and email or YouTube. That's really only important if you're connected to 3G or Edge data. If you're on Wi-Fi, it's not so big of a deal. And then you might want to do that every single night is a good practice, just to keep your iPhone running fast. Now, in your multitasking menu, you have, that's where your apps will go if they were open. This is your play menu for music. You press play, it's going to keep playing. Now down here you got your volume, got fast link to iPod, and what some people don't know is it's a screen orientation lock, which say I open camera, you can see it's gonna let me turn it, but say I was on what app does that? But if you're in watching a video or something like that and you just wanted to turn it, that's what you'd want to do to prevent it from turning. Okay, so you got your normal calendar apps, you got your normal home screen apps here, you got your compass, which works pretty good on this phone. Maps also does work pretty good as a GPS. I have used that. It doesn't use too much data, but I would recommend that you close it out immediately after, or it will keep draining down your data. Now you can see another big feature in iOS 4 is these menus right here. So what you're going to want to do to create a menu, so if you have an app out here, to start a brand new menu, if you just have an app down there, you're going to want to drag an app right on top of it, and it's going to create a menu for you. You can then name it, do whatever, and you can do this either on the phone, or you have the ability to do this when you're in iTunes. So you can name them whatever you want. I have games, fun stuff, utilities, all of that great stuff. So I like having just one screen, but depending on what you like, you might like scrolling around, but it's just my personal preference. Now, a lot of people ask me, what are these things behind my apps? You can see the apps glowing. No, my iPhone is not jailbroken. No, it is not an iPhone hack. It is simply a background. You can see it stays there the whole time. Now, a simple app to create that, it's called, right here, you can see Topping Glow. That will allow you to put the little boxes around your apps. Now, if you want to connect certain apps that are in like a same category, like here I have games, you're going to want to mark them down before you go into Topping Glow. It kind of messes you up if you don't, because you will forget where they are, and you really only have one chance to create your background. Now you have your normal App Store connections with your updates. They added the purchase tab up here for all the apps you've ever purchased. You have all your normal categories, just like that. So I'm gonna do another video this week on some of my favorite apps pretty much, and that Topping Glow will be featured in that video along with this iSeismometer, iDrive contacts, and probably a few other videos including apps including my account and some of the fun apps that you find around the iPhone. So pretty much, if you want to go over a hardware check, you got your top button up here to shut off the iPhone, that's sleep wake. Home button as normal. These two down here. This one on this side is a microphone. This one on this side is a speaker. And then you have your normal dock connectors to connect to iTunes or an external dock. Got your buttons on this side, SIM card on that side again. You got this little dot beside your headphones. That is a secondary microphone. It's very small, it's hardly used. And then you have your headphones jack, which will take advantage of all your headphones. So pretty much what you're going to want to do with this phone is you're going to probably want to get a bumper case with it. Don't have to. Some people really like the way it looks. Yes, I do too. That looks like a pretty sweet phone. Too bad that it has quite a few problems. Now, yeah, to mention that again, this phone does have a few problems here and there, like any device does. You simply call up your carrier, you call up Apple. They will help you with it. I'm going through a process right now to get a new iPhone because of my reception. It's a fairly easy process to do, and they'll guide you through it step by step. A few things I want you to know. You got your settings, airplane mode. If you do not have a GSM protected dock, your iPhone, when you plug it in, it's going to pop up a warning message either saying this accessory is not optimized or this iPhone does not support the device. You might want to put that airplane mode on when you're using the device on a dock like that, just because you will get interference in the middle of the night. And yeah, it is pretty annoying. It happened to me quite a bit. I recently switched over to a dock. I'm going to be doing a review on that. It's the new Eton Solra. It's a solar powered dock for iPhone 4. It's a pretty neat concept. I'll be doing a review on that later this week too. And you can see my battery, it's gone down 1% since I started this video. That's pretty good for an iPhone. And so far I'm liking this phone. I've had minimal issues with slowing down. When you try to open an app, opens it up right away, very fast. Running the A4 is a good start for Apple. I'm really looking forward to, well, first of all, I want to say that this is running the latest software update. I'll show you right here. Running iOS 4.3.3. And yes, iOS is iPhone, iPad, or iPod operating system. You can see the number of photos, videos, song you got from here. Along with your usage. I find this pretty helpful when I'm trying to cut back on my data usage. You can just keep track of what you're doing. Another thing with these iPhones is if you experience some signal issues, try disabling 3G. That's just something for you to try. One tip is, say you scroll down in a menu like this, the top bar, it's going to run up for you. Now that will work on any amount, and no, you cannot stop it part way up. At least I've never tried. You can kind of stop it. It's very hard if you want to kind of grab it really fast. So pretty much that's what you're going to want to know about the iPhone 4. I am doing some new things. If you want to find out more about iOS 5, they are including many new features. Yes, some of those features are copied from Android, BlackBerry, etc. And a lot of people get mad at iPhone for that. I think it is smart of them. They will be making the phone quite better. See, my carrier is Rogers. Decent signal right now. And yes, 3 bars on an iPhone is a fairly decent signal, just because there's only 5 bars. So right now it goes down to 2. It's because I'm grabbing the phone. But just again, that's why it's good to have your bumpers over there. So pretty much that's what you're going to want to know to start off with this phone. It is a pretty decent phone. Compares pretty well to other phones, besides the fact that it is very costly. So try to work out a deal. If you like this phone, it is very fun. It is a great phone, and I find it very reliable. Thanks guys. have a great day as always, and visit my website for more information on the iPhone 4 running iOS 5 beta, which will be released later this year. Thanks guys, have a great day.